Wow. Yes, I'm Elone Natumanya, founder of the Usisi Amandla Fellowship, a space that we put in place to enhance the competence of women and public policy processes for them to be more confident, become key leaders in this space. So today I'm happy to interact with some of our fellows that have been in this space, and specifically for the cluster that has been spending the whole year looking at digital security and key things in that area, the policy framework. So maybe before we start, let's just get to know who the ladies are. Yes, starting this side from Ruth. Tell us more about yourself.
Hi, I'm Ruth, as Elone said. I'm privileged to be one of the first fellows of this amazing space that is giving women opportunity to dig deep into public policy and play an active part and role in the formation and development of our different policies. It has been a journey of about 1 year now. We have grown, we have learned, we have met new people, we have been exposed to real life situations, not just within Uganda, but the entire globe. We have been to Europe, we have been to, through our research.
I remember.
So it has been such a great opportunity of exposure. And coming from a legal background, I've been able to appreciate the intersection between public policy and legal processes and the need for us to give public policy the attention it deserves.
Oh, wow. Right. How has it been?
Thank you very much, Elone. It's been a roller coaster of 1 whole year. I really can't believe this, but it's been an amazing journey, as she said. My name is Kwera. I am the president of the Usisi Amandla Fellowship.
Excellency.
Yes, thank you very much. But by profession, I'm a cybersecurity expert, an election observer of the East African community, and not to mention, I'm a Wikipedian, and I sit on the board of the Wikimedia Community user group. The fellowship has been nothing but amazing to me. First of all, it has indulged me in leadership activities. It has enabled me to be myself, more of myself, in retrospect to who I was in the previous years of my life. And not only to mention, it has encouraged me practice governance and policy, something I had not been doing earlier in my years, especially when it comes to cybersecurity, social engineering, digital inclusion, to mention but a few. I've been able to see that from a different scope compared to where I was in the previous years. And for that I am grateful. To mention, which is very important, the Usisi Amandla Fellowship has created a sisterhood of its kind. A sisterhood from the verbatim saying, Usisi Amandla, a sisterhood, women in policy coming together to enact a certain sisterhood that will propel them to a different dimension. So for me, that in its sense has propelled a lot of excitement. I have bonded and blended with these women. I have loved them. I have seen them grow. I have seen them be better people. I have seen them have children. And for that, I am amazed by that. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow. Powerful things happening in the fellowship. We have stories to write. And I mean, coming from the president, who am I to disagree? You know? Yes, Charity. Tell us who you are and what the experience was.
Okay, so my name is Charity Ngabirano. I'm a lawyer by profession. I'm also a writer and a practicing journalist. So I like to say that one of the main things I have really picked from this fellowship has been my growth in reading and being exposed. Because as a young person, most of the things that interest us these days, I know it's TikTok, Instagram,
Big stuff.
Exactly. But when you come to this fellowship and they start giving you these assignments, which need you not to just be on TikTok, but to be on Google Scholar, looking for articles, reading this, reading that, Yeah, so my lines of argument have also grown.
Yeah.
It's no longer go away this and this, yeah, but it's like, like firm and factual and actual, because we've been exposed not to just reading, but also like these people in these important spaces that you listen to someone speaking to you in these various sessions that we've had, and like, wow. I also want to be like that person. Yeah, so this space has been very, very rewarding.
Oh, nice. I feel like buying myself some ice cream. Oh, so you guys were under pressure? Is that what we did? Did you really feel it?
Well, you have no idea. The pressure was
It was real, eh?
It was very real.
Oh, the assignments.
Yes,
Eh?
the assignments
How
were
was
real.
it doing the video for you, Ruth?
Wow. It was, first of all, I never imagined myself recording myself doing a video. Okay, you could record yourself talking, having a conversation, yeah, but say submitting with facts, submitting.
Yeah.
Imagine, okay, the questions around, imagine yourself presenting to the Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee in Parliament. So you're supposed to talk to people, not just an ordinary person, but with, reference to, say, books, to reference to actual information, statistics, yeah? So it was a bit heavy, but having prepared myself for that video, and I began talking, I was able to put out my points well.
Relax.
And before I knew it, the 10 minutes were
We're
done.
done.
I'm like, wait, could they give us more extra minutes? Because I had so much
Yeah,
to speak.
yeah.
But it was an interesting experience for me. And that made me feel like, okay, I can actually go out there and share this information with whoever would want to listen to me.
Yeah.
So it was a very interesting experience
Yeah.
for me.
How many texts did you have?
I can't even remember.
Now that's talking about the experience of the video, and for me it brings closer the conversation we're having about cybersecurity, use of digital platforms, and freedoms. And let me just get back to Charity about the legal framework, especially for Uganda and what you see in the African contexts. I know you did so much about broadcasting. That was your topic.
Yeah.
How do you see the environment, and what more could change in that policy space?
Yeah.
Now talking about using the digital space to now make presentations, reach out to policymakers.
Well, I like to say that as a country, we've really grown in the digital space, yeah. Not just with the number of users, as we do know now, almost half the population is online, yeah. But also exposure and all that kind of thing. But the major challenge that we have now is via regulation. Currently, the Uganda Communications Commission is the main regulator of the digital space, internet, whatever, everything, broadcasting, yeah. So what various, especially in the civil space, what the agreed position right now is that many parts of this regulation are not just being used for the good of the people, but for various personal interests. And like we've seen cases of the Computer Misuse Act sections that are now currently out of the section, having been out of the act, having been repealed. But previously, the law has been used for personal interest, like
Political
someone has personal vendetta with someone else, and then they'll just bring it up in that line of bringing them under the law. But when you actually look at the facts, it's just a personal case that they have with them. Yeah, so personally, I feel that yes, as the digital space, we need to be regulated, especially now with the advent of things like AI, or like there's really need for regulation in this space. But how are we doing it, and how are people using these laws? Is it just to curtail others' rights and freedoms of expression? Because it's one way of having a law that looks at stopping people from cyberbullying, trying to prevent gender online-based violence, things like that. But I feel like as a country, we are still lacking in this line of regulation. And my main argument is usually based on us not having not like the Uganda Communications Commission being a regulator. I feel it has more duty it has to pay to the state more than to the people. So personally, I feel we need an independent regulator that will not have to listen so much.
I thought they said they're independent.
Yeah, they say yeah, but yeah, I know, we all know that the story on ground is very different. So personally, I feel we need an independent
body,
body that will.
Did you hear that we're doing RAPEX now joining? So now, I mean, I'm listening to. I'm a very ignorant person on many of these things, and when I listen to Kwera, even during the fellowship, she has all these social engineering, I don't know, phishing, I don't know, and to the ordinary woman. I know in your paper you refer to this research you've done on how, technology is being used even to, hamper women in trade, and, those are important concepts. And then she brings now the artificial intelligence. What more do you think women need? Where do women need to put themselves in that space on, even for artificial intelligence? Those things that you say that I never want to talk about.
So for starters, there's lots of women who are not in the digital space for one reason or the other. I would not want to enter that conversation right now. But from statistics, 18% of our women don't know how to actually understand what a cyber attack or a cyber attack that is going to happen. They would rather relate it to, say, a safe space in retrospect to a cyber attack. So it's just 18% of those women that actually don't know they're going to be social engineered. Social engineering in this case simply means, in short terms, in Luganda, bakofeze or konfera, sending links, and when you tap those links, they're telling you a different narrative or a different story, or inculcate, yes, you have received 1 million. They're inculcating you to actually want to give them money for money they have not even worked for, you understand? So from that background, I came up with my policy brief. However, just to tap on your question in regard to AI and cybersecurity, out of the 500 women we did across 10 districts, there are only like 20 women who would actually figure out what is happening, but they don't. Okay. So in retrospect to AI, it is there to stay, it is there to help us. Even during the videos that we were doing, I was using AI, artificial intelligence.
Oh, yes. We haven't yet sent the marks.
I was using artificial intelligence.
We haven't yet sent the marks, so.
Yeah, and all the verbatim that I clearly use is centered around cybersecurity. I mean, centered around artificial intelligence. But needless to say, how do you use this artificial intelligence to make sure your work is done promptly? Are you going to give it a command and that is a gospel truth? Not at all. Of course, you'll give it a command and then you get a few of the things that need to be done to be done. So in hindsight to the question, women and artificial intelligence, it is there to stay, it is there to help us. We should be in position to actually revere this information towards us. And we are able to provide a better digital inclusion for women, most especially women in this social divide. And for that matter, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence is something that we should look at as a consumption that we look at for a better youth and better population in our geopolitics anyway in the country. Yeah, thank you very much.
Lovely. I like, Kwera, of course, comes more from the economic perspective. Ruth, you speak a lot in your paper on freedoms, rights. Where we cut this side, which says the legal framework is there but misused, and there's this side which says all you need is knowledge and then you can pass.
Absolutely.
Do we have the freedoms to do this, in your view?
Yeah, definitely. Because the digital space, the digital era is like the world that we are living in right now, just it's virtual. So I could take you back to 5 years ago.
Yes.
When the famous COVID-19, broke out. The entire world was sent to a situation where you had limited human interaction. So what happened to human interactions? They shifted from the physical to the digital or to the internet space. You found that schools were being conducted in online. People were able to get, say, medical services online. Trade happened online. So much happened online. And that meant that the human rights we enjoy in the physical space also shifted
to online.
So if you see I'm running a small business, I have some rights online because my transactions are not physical now, but they are now digital. So that means I still have the right to say property, personal property, which is guaranteed in our constitution. This property may not be physical property, but it will be digital. Right now we are seeing a growth in, say, the digital economy. Talk of content creators. Many of these content.
I'm thinking I'm doing some of that.
Yes.
It's exactly what we're doing right
So
now.
to put you guys on Amazon.
This video here could get us some money. Make us some,
Now you're talking.
Yes.
Could become
And then
famous.
issues of, say, copyright, patents, all those, intellectual property rights come in also. And some of this may not be physical, but they can be claimed for in the digital space. When it also comes to, say, for example, personal data. Many of us work in organizations or offices that have all that information, date of birth, how much you're earning, how much taxes you're paying to the government. All that information is somewhere stored on cloud or somewhere. So imagine someone hacks.
And it has happened before.
It has happened everywhere.
At least by allegation, we don't know. Court is still processing that case. Yes.
So all that personal data that you have will be taken away. And someone will know that, Elone stays here. She's this, number of years old. She receives this amount of money at the end of the month. So all the personal information is taken away in case digital rights are not protected. So by virtue that we are enjoying some of these rights, we're able to access services online. It means there are also rights present, and they have to be recognized first of all, and then also protected. So whereas Uganda has made a positive step towards that, we see the personal data and privacy office in place, which requires some safeguards for, it's mandated to ensure people's personal data is protected. Few employers, few people actually are aware of that office to start with. They may not even know of what to do with personal data. So there's a positive step already, but there's, in my terms, and I also bring this out in my policy brief, there's limited awareness of these rights and how to protect them. Most times when people talk of digital rights or freedom of expression online, it becomes a political, thing, and yet it's way bigger than that. We are seeing situations of mothers dying because they're not able to access internet or a phone call to talk to their spouse, take them to hospital. So it goes beyond just politics. It's part of our day-to-day
Beyond
life.
TikTok and
Yes,
Instagram.
it's beyond TikTok. It's beyond, it's something that we should embrace, not just physically, but then also in terms of rights, we need to protect those rights,
especially for women.
And yes, thank you.
Especially for
I
women.
hear you guys speaking.
Yes.
So where are the cross-cutting areas in all your 3 policy briefs? Charity, where do you see the connection, and how do you think you could work together to raise key advocacy issues as a cluster that works on this very important topic?
Following from Ruth's conversation, I see our connecting factor being protection of digital rights. Yeah, because like Kwera mentioned, protecting women's digital rights. She also mentions protection of digital rights. I also mentioned something about regulation and making sure that we all, enjoy this digital age in equal capacity, not basing on who is who and who has more powers than the other. Yeah, so I feel this cluster could do well with advocacy for protection of digital rights. But also, I wanted to say something about what Kwera said concerning what she called what women experience
I think we've all
on
gone
social
through
media.
something of that.
Exactly.
At some point you've been fed.
Yeah. So I also
yes.
wanted to mention something about misinformation. The growth of this digital era, not just in our country but around the globe, has also come with a large wave of misinformation. There's a lot of misinformation going around. So you wake up and there's this piece of information going around, but then later in the day they'll tell you false.
And then how many people have you killed with that
Exactly,
statement?
So I feel that's also an area that needs to be managed, because as we grow, there's also so much information that is going to keep rotating around, and we need to curb that misinformation in the bud, because it causes so much damage. By the time they correct and say this is false, like so much has
broken somewhere.
Just to also say something, give an example of Charity's narration of false misinformation. There was a couple of months ago, during the elections of the National Youth Council, right? There was an agenda, a misconstrued agenda of the committee having stolen about 800 million, and their names were tarnished. And from that day, I knew a couple of them on that list, and it was really, really detrimental for us, the people who knew those
them,
people on the list. So I think when we are trying to do all of this, advocacy, protection of digital rights, we should ensure that some of this reputation is not damaged, you understand? And then also the perpetrators of the following should be taken to light and be taken to book and punished at the same time. But some of that information will go on our platforms, and it's definitely lingering in the archives, but there's nothing literally the government is doing about it. There's nothing that we are doing about it. But at this point, the fellowship is about trying to get solutions for problems like that. You understand? So for me, I am an advocate of cybersecurity rights. I'm an advocate of digital inclusion. I am an advocate of literally anything that involves understanding the population's digital rights online. Yeah.
Well, I know you guys have already been talking.
Yeah.
And I know you're already creating that space. So I'll ask Ruth to give our parting shots on behalf of all of you guys, already knowing that you are our greatest advocates on cybersecurity and
Yes.
protection of rights. Yes.
Oh, wow, this is a big one. I'll take one for the team.
Yes.
Yeah, so my parting shot would be the need for us to accept that the digital era is here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's here to stay. It's a good thing, it's a positive thing. But we need to, one, create so much awareness. If people know, one, what the digital era is about, and then two, what their rights, yeah. Elone, you earlier asked about AI. AI is a good thing, yeah, but it's not every good thing has a chance to be abused.
Yes.
Yeah. So and as being women, most times we are vulnerable to such abuse. Someone can get two images, one of a naked woman and one of your face, and they merge.
Yeah.
And if that circulates around, I don't know what you would do to.
And I think
you
it
know,
has been done.
It has been done before, yeah. So how do we, as a population, be able to know that this is AI? This is AI generated. What awareness do we need to put out there? Yeah. Faith said many of us have been victims of social engineering. Yeah.
Yeah.
What awareness do we? What awareness can we put out there for people to know that not every link is genuine? Yeah, that not everyone who calls you saying, "Oh, I'm your mother's OBA," you know,
Familiarization. Yes.
that you should react to such a message.
Yes.
So there's so much need for awareness. One, and then two, this is say for policymakers out there. Well, we need to appreciate the fact that digital economy is fast growing. So also our policies should be, you know,
Facing that way.
that speed. Because if we are regulating something that we thought of 30 years ago, it's not serving the purpose now. We need to get, say for example, a policy on AI, yeah, to make sure that the country is ready for any adverse effects AI or digital change will bring, yeah. And then we also need to have some bit of resources allocated to this
I think quite
space.
a lot, not
Yeah.
a bit.
Yeah, some good resources, because whereas there could be infrastructural resources in place, there's also need for other resources, say, to prosecute the violators of digital rights. Yeah, resources, say, to create awareness. Yeah, so it's really everyone has a role to play in this. It's not just that we are only the activists or the people interested in digital rights, because if we don't act now, it will come and bite us and bite the entire nation.
That's true.
Imagine our entire
Generation.
you know,
We don't want to be
affected.
beaten. Thank you, Faith, my president,
You're welcome.
for that wonderful explanation and, you know, the hard terms that we don't understand. Thank you, Ruth, I think, for taking one for the team to elaborate what needs to happen. And thank you, Charity, for, you know, taking us a deep end on what government needs to do to regulate and keep the cyberspace safe for everyone. Yeah, it's been a pleasure listening to you and learning so much more beyond what I had read in the policy briefs. Yeah. Okay.